The actual problems within the context of the global issues. It's a very much important. But at the same time, maybe it's more important is that how the result, how we can reflect the result of research to actual policy action. Usually the developing countries, they have their own needs and that related to the economic issues. Especially for the environmental issues, climate change, it's very difficult to get a consensus for the prioritization. The disaster risk reduction is same. We cannot expect the immediate return on the economy, so it's very difficult to spend the money on that. And also the responsible authority for those issues, usually it's very new and weak ministries or authorities, like Ministry of Environment and Nation. So it's cross-related with the governance issues, how we can support the influential and the responsible authority to reflect the result of research through the actual actions and promote the implementation. Some kind of the external, let's say intervention, maybe it's not good well, but external support intervention is necessary. But that should be within the country context. What problem is in present MDG is one of the main problem is that the side approach. The external donors tend to focus on some agendas which we can get quick return, quick result. Then it's not that good, not bad things, but HR issues. Relatively it's easier to get the more financial resources. It's not enough, but needed. So we need to see the comprehensive picture of the country development strategy in the field, and then within that context, we need to prioritize specific policy actions. We need to pay attention for the correlation between the various sectors. So we need to regard that country relation. Thank you.
So I guess I will just take whatever remains answered. First, the questions about research questions. Well, 4 months ago I was still in Manchester as an academic before I joined the Office of the President. I think what has been haunting me is when we talk about post-2015, what is actually new when we talk about development policy? I know this is more ontological questions, but it in itself needs an explanation, not just at the theoretical level, but when we talk about post-2015 and we talk about new models in development policy, what it really is. I think this will be still relevant. At the moment, I'm also co-editing a special issue in the Journal Innovation and Development, and this is also part of the big research question that we aim to answer. The second question about how good we are, how well we are achieving MDGs. The answer is various, as you know. But then what I would like to pick up from what George said was that I think we cannot longer depend only on the intergovernmental process. Even within country, just the government process. What we need is to engage with different communities, civil society, business, youth, academics. This is what I think. We know this in theory, but very seldom we do it in practice. And I think this might be what is aligned with our world today. If we look at the young people, 100% they are the owner of the future. Perhaps not us, but them. And they're so linked through Facebook, through Twitter. The question would be, how can we use this new technology to galvanize participation as concerned citizens? I think this is the most important issue. I will stop.
Thank you very much. answer the first question, not yet answered, and also a potential way forward that is being very informally being discussed in New York. So if I take the second one first, some of the strands of discussion. One is, I think there is a recognition by representatives in New York that this is our process, multilateral process, last 4 or 5 years, has been difficult, frustrating to all concerned, that they need to find a way together. The G77 in China versus all the other major groupings, they need to find a way together. So there is efforts now to reach out across groupings, and you see this happening, which is positive. And I just want to report on some of these things that are going on. So they're agreeing that we need to build on agreed conversations that is happening. We need to build on the success of negotiations. If we look last 30, 40 years in the multilateral system, there are certain markers or procedures that have succeeded. A lot of others have failed. And that we cannot bring in new priorities. We already have lots of priorities that we need to look at. On the first one, building on agreed conversations. Informally, they're agreeing that sustainable development needs to be the overarching goal for the 21st century as we move forward. Earlier, there was a question about MDGs. Again, the first slide between the Secretary General-led process and the member state-led process, most member states feel that MDGs were a design by a few countries for a bottom billion of the population. And there is not so good feeling when it comes to all the 193 countries about that. So first one, sustainable development, overarching goal. And second, to embrace the concept of well-being. Again, last 2 years, discussions initiated by Bolivia, by Bhutan, on harmony with nature, on